Where all eyes are on the nominations for the urban local body polls from Eastern Nagaland. Well, as many as 21 candidates from Mon who had filed their nominations for the ULB polls have defied the summon by Konyak Union to be present at its office. The candidates did not show up at the KU office in Mon despite the union extending the deadline till 3 p.m. yesterday. And following this, a general meeting of the Konyak Union has been called in Mon tomorrow. However, amidst all this, a breaking input has just come in, viewers, that as many as 4 candidates from Aboi under Mon district have withdrawn their candidatures. Now, the big question is, were these candidates under any pressure to withdraw their candidature? After all, they had filed their nominations by going against the directive of the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization. So for more on this, I'm being joined now live from Kohima by my colleague Sarah Konyak. Sarah, so 4 candidates from Mon withdrawing their nominations. Can we expect more candidates to follow suit amidst the alleged pressure being built for them?
In fact, Ronak, apart from just some few minutes ago, we have received information that 8 more candidates representing the Naganimora Town Council have withdrawn their candidatures. So that totals to 12, and there's still 9 more candidates remaining out of the 21 that represents the TZ Town Council who are yet to withdraw. Well, after filing of the nomination on the last day, that was on June 11, there was a lot of commotion, and it came as a shock not only to the general public but also to the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization, as the candidates had defied the directive and the resolution of the ENPO, and following that, the respective tribal bodies were given the authority to deal with the candidates, and definitely there has been a lot of pressure, and there is still a lot of pressure to the candidates who have filed their candidature for the forthcoming urban local bodies election that is slated for June 26. And following that, particularly the Konyak Union had summoned all the 21 candidates who had filed their nominations on 12 June at the Konyak Union office in Mon. However, none of them had showed up, and a grace period was given to them till 3 p.m. yesterday. Till then, none of the candidates had presented themselves to the Konyak Union for any kind of explanation or to have any kind of communication as well. We have received information that the 4 candidates, although they did not present themselves to the Konyak Union, but their agents and also their party workers had visited the Konyak Union office, where they had meeting with the executives of the KU, and 4 candidates from Aboi and 8 candidates from Naganimora all under Mon district have withdrawn their candidature. We're yet to get a confirmation whether the official letter of the submission of the withdrawal has been submitted to the returning officer of the respective town councils. Ronak.
Right. So, Sarah, 12 out of the 21 have already withdrawn their nomination. So, can we expect more candidates to follow suit, especially after tomorrow's meet of the Konyak Union?
The meeting that has been called by the Konyak Union tomorrow, which was basically slated to have with all the respective units of all the areas under the Konyak, under Mon district, but what we have gathered is that the Konyak Union is reconsidering the meeting, and the outcome is yet to be known to us. The meeting may not is likely not to take place if the remaining 9 candidates from the TZ area, the TZ Town Council, withdraws their candidature by tonight, Ronak.
Right. And Sarah, also, how is the mood of the common people in the eastern areas? Even if the candidates were to go ahead with the polls, can we expect any voting to take place?
Well, majority of the candidates who have filed their nominations are all uncontested, because there is no particular or any other candidate that have filed in those respective areas. So entirely, we can say 90% of the candidates from the eastern area who had filed their nominations will be will be uncontested if they go ahead with the participation. So it is very unlikely that people would come out to vote. We have seen a lot of commotion on the day of the filing of the last day of the filing of the nomination, that was June 11. There was a lot of commotion from the public on, particularly in Longlang district, and the candidates, the 13 candidates from Longlang district were forced, particularly were pressured to withdraw their candidature on the day of the filing of the nomination. So people are definitely not happy because of the candidates and the political parties defying the directive of the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization. And so far the ENPO have not given any particular statement in this regard, except that law and order should be maintained and that the situation should be dealt maturely with no violence.
Right. And also, Sarah, amidst all of these withdrawals, is there any appeal that has been made from the state unit of the parties, especially if we talk about NDPP and the BJP, to allow the polling to take place, Sarah?
Oh, well, Ronak, altogether, let me mention here, 669 candidates have filed their nominations for the upcoming urban local bodies election. That also includes the 61 candidates from the Eastern Nagaland. And prior to the nominations, as soon as the notification for the election was announced, the state government, led by the Chief Minister, Mr. Nefirio, and a lot of section of society had also appealed to the ENPO to reconsider. In fact, the State Election Commissioner had also appealed to the ENPO, and a show cause notice was also given to them, and the reply of which was the same as the show cause notice which was given by the Election Commission during the Lok Sabha time. So a lot of appeal have been made, even from the governor's level. Appeal has been made to the ENPO. However, they are standing steadfast on their resolution, the 23rd February Chanmohar resolution, that they will not participate in any of the state and central elections. So despite all the several appeals like we had witnessed in the Lok Sabha election, this time around too, a lot of appeals have been made, but the ENPO is standing steadfast on their resolution that they will not participate in any state or central election till the time the central government or the state government comes forward and gives them an assurance to their demand of a frontier Nagaland territory. Ronak.
Right. Sarah Konyak, thank you very much for all of those details. So that is how things stand as far as Nagaland is concerned, viewers, as all eyes are on the nominations for the urban local body polls from Eastern Nagaland. As many as 21 candidates from Mon who had filed their nominations for the ULB polls have defied the summon issued by the Konyak Union to be present at its office. The candidates did not show up at the office in Mon despite the union extending the deadline for their arrival till 3 p.m. yesterday. Following this, a general meeting of the Konyak Union has been called in Mon tomorrow. However, what comes as a breaking input at this point in time is that as many as 4 candidates from Aboi under Mon district have withdrawn their candidatures. So the big question at this point in time stands, were these candidates under any sort of pressure to withdraw their candidature? After all, they had filed their nominations by going against the directive that was issued by the Eastern Nagaland People's Organization for abstention from the upcoming ULB elections.